a little bit, he got angry and said that he didn't want Will in harm's way because he didn't believe that you guys would vote out Chicken George after the 24 minutes, whatever. And he told me, you do what you got to do. And, you know, I kind of was a little jarring, you know. It was alarming. See, she won't be as mad because as soon as it happens, Will and I will fucking take her in the room and be like, everything's gonna be fine, don't sweat it out. You know, that guy's bothered me since day one. I couldn't live with myself with him winning this show. You know, I don't want him here either because if someone takes him to the finals, it's gonna be a charity case. Blah, blah, blah. So it won't be that uncomfortable for you because she's gonna assume that she's staying. I mean, Will and I, we did it with Howie. We did it with James. You know, we've done this a couple times in the past week and a half. We know how to do it, so nothing's really going to come to you. There'll be that, you know, the one thing about her is she's not like a Howie in that she respects the game and will, you know, obviously she's going to be upset when it happens, but she's going to be gone 60 seconds later. And then, you know, you hope she blames.
She won't be gone 60 seconds later. What do you mean?
What do you mean she'll be gone? What do you talking about keeping?
No, I mean, what do you mean she'll be gone 60? I'll have to put her up. She'll have to live with her for like 3 days before she goes.
She'll be gone 60. Oh, you're saying after you announce it? Oh, I'm like, why wouldn't she be gone? No, I mean, let me just back up. Sorry, because I'm thinking this as I'm going. You nominate her. Maybe you just tell her. You just tell her ahead of time. Look, I brought it up. Those guys freaked or whatever. They're nervous that when you brought out George. You, she'll will have the ceremony.
I wish you still had the power.
She'll have the ceremony. We'll have the ceremony. Will and I will take her aside and be like, "It's all good. You know, we're gonna get rid of George. Blah blah blah. You're fine." Da, 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 da. That's Monday at noon. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, she assumes she's staying the whole time. Everything's cool. You know, she'll probably go to Janelle, and Janelle will be like, "No, I'm not fucking. I don't want this fucking guy." Whatever. She'll make up something, or maybe she won't. We'll just be Will and I. And then come Thursday, when she realizes it, she'll be gone 60 seconds later. That's what I mean. There's no uncomfortableness because there's no discomfort because it'll just be 1 minute, and you can cry, and she'll blame us, and in the end, she'll vote for whoever she wants. I mean, we can't control that, but there's no way that Will and I come out smelling like roses when we'll be the executioners. I mean, she'll definitely be a little mad at you for putting her there in the first place, but you can have the last word in her ear when she's walking out and be like, "I can't believe they did that," or whatever. But to get 3 of us further in the game, this is what we're going to have to do. I mean, if that's what you want, it's your decision, ultimately. But if you think what's best for you is for the 3 to go forward, you know what I mean? There's really no other. I mean, I look at her and Janelle. I didn't want it to be this way because I obviously like Danielle a lot more, but they're kind of interchangeable. You know what I mean? They're both going to have a lot of respect from the jury, and they're both good at competitions. I mean, the one difference and the one worry for you is, can you know, you're not going to be able to get Janelle probably to a level of what you have with Danielle, but can you at least get to a level where there's a low probability you'll be nominated? I mean, in your experience, did they ever do 2 timed vetoes in a row? So, I mean, that's kind of good I mean, it's not good what happened tonight, but I'd rather it go this way tonight and not be at one of our expenses. You know what I mean? So, point being, next time, if there's a group veto or whatever, if there's 5 people, it's me, you, Will, Jake and George, and her. It's just anything that involves Janelle and Danielle in a competition. I mean,
I'm pretty good too.
Yeah, we are, but I'd rather we all be pretty good against one good person. I mean, Danielle did 123. That's no fucking joke that time.
I know, but I beat her in every other competition.
Yeah, I know. But I mean, she's in there at the end all the time, you know? I mean, you gave her the spider web.
Right.
But she was on the last question of the prom, the tiebreaker.
Right. She's good.
You know, she's kind of hit or miss, but when the chips are down, I don't want to be against her. I mean, we have a very decent mathematical probability. If we eliminate Danielle, we have a very decent mathematical probability. Very decent. That me, you, Will, and George will be the final 4. I mean, that's a dream come true. You know? I mean, fuck.
So a question remains, if you win it, will you take me to the final 2? Or are you taking Will?
I mean, it's... If I won the last HOH, who would I take? See, you're trying to make this into like a season 5 thing. I mean, is it going to matter? I mean, you know, we can't really discuss. I mean, let me ask you this.
It's a yes/no question, Boogie.
Well, let me ask you this. What percentage of you trying to win this show is for ego, and what percentage is financially motivated?
Well,
I mean, we could ask Will. Maybe he'll make a deal to bow out. I mean, that's why you originally got that idea in the first place.
what?
That's how this...
George, please go to the diary.
Remember when you said I thought Will was cool going to the jury?
Yeah, right.
So maybe he'll say. I don't want to speak for him. I don't know. I mean, I assume that at that point, but
At that point, he's going to want to win it.
I know for him though. Well, for him though, his motivation is strictly the financial.
Right.
It's not. Mine is the other way.
Yours is for
Mine
ego.
is for my ego and for my business. You know, to make it that okay,
Right.
and that helps me make that okay.
But do you think?
But a lot of it is ego. I'm not going to lie.
So, but your best chance of winning is against Will. You think you can beat me
At this present time, yeah, that's for sure.
So that's what I'm saying. That's why.
But I mean, it's like we're getting ahead of ourselves by a lot. I mean, do you think your best chances of winning are to go up against Danielle and Janelle in the final 3?
Hell no. I plan on taking your ass to the final 2. That's what I'm saying.
But I mean, it's not going to behoove us to. I mean, it's too risky. You know what I mean? It's really risky to not even get there now. If you leave one of these girls in the game, it's too risky. It lowers the mathematical probability of getting there in the first place, of even having that conversation of me and you and being in the final 3, and you know what I mean? It lowers it greatly when you factor in Danielle and Janelle in this game as part of the final 5. I mean, I don't know if it's just, I don't know if maybe you're just having more confidence against Danielle or what. I mean, it's just she's a badass player, and
I know, but I mean,
she's so good that it's like we're even having this conversation. She's good.
I don't see her being better than me in competitions. Endurance, I could kick her ass. Question answer, it's hit or miss between the 2 of us. Winning HOH.
But I mean, do you want to be up against her in the final 3 or Will?
Well, see, I think that's the thing. You said Will turn it on when.
I mean, I keep telling myself that, but I mean, I know he wanted to win tonight, and he didn't even come close. You know, I mean, I shouldn't talk, but I'm just saying he doesn't. Tonight, I knew he wanted to make that happen, and because I don't think he wants to be
Right.
the guy
At
who
risk.
sends her out. You know,
Oh.
it would have been much easier if, you know,
If what? Sends who up?
if Janelle had stayed and, you know, he could have even said, hey guys, do you mind if I throw her a vote, just to be nice? You know what I mean? But when it's the Final Four or whatever, I mean, he's not going to have an opportunity to do that.